Hi, my grade 11 students. I think you all are well. I'm also well. We are doing, we are discussing now financial statement of a business. We practiced some questions in the previous videos. If you want to know basic theory about the financial statement, you can watch my previous videos. In this video, we are going to discuss some past papers questions, all level past paper questions, and some my own questions. Are you ready? Then you bring your work in book and work in papers and rulers and your pens. You can do these questions with me. Now let's move to the question. Trial balance of Sankar's retail business as at 31st December 2018 is as follows. Right? Then they have provided us a trial balance. You know the method now. Before we do the question, you take your pen and you mark these each items where it goes, in which category. If it is goes to the financial profit and loss statement, in which category, administration, distributing, financial category, or any, like you have to mention each item. It's very easy for you when we do the question. If it is going to the statement of financial position, so there also you can mention it comes under the non-current assets category, current assets category, or non-current liability, or capital, or like that. So you can classify first of all. Then when we do the question, it's very easy for you to record, to enter the details to the relevant place, right? Now buildings, what is that? Non-current assets, right? You write it, it is non-current assets, right? Non-current assets, NCA. Provision for depreciation as at 1st of January 2018, right? You know the year ends on 31st December 2018, right? 31st December 2018. Then accounting period starts on 1st of January 2018, right? So they have provided us depreciation for the related building. So it goes, under the non-current assets category, accumulated depreciation column, accumulated depreciation. If you want, I can draw like small area. So like this, you remember, it comes like this, right? Cost, accumulated depreciation net book value. After that, we write non-current assets, cost, accumulated net book value, right? So it finally it comes under the non-current assets. You mark them. Stock, opening stock to calculate cost of sales. Purchase also you take to prepare to calculate cost of sales, opening stock plus purchase, purchase related expense. After that, after adding this everything, we subtract closing stock. Then you can see what? Cost of sales. To calculate cost of sales, what? Purchase we take. Then sales, you mention on the top, it goes on the top, not right, on the top of the profit and loss statement. Debtors, current assets. Creditors, current liability. Discount allowed, we allow the discount, we give the discount. Discount allowed, we allow the discount. Why we give the discount? To collect money immediately. If you want to collect money immediately, you can give the discount. So if not, if it is a trade discount, so trade discount also what? We give to promote our sales, right? But trade discounts are not recorded in the accounting. But finally, why we allow the discount? To collect money immediately, right? So it comes under the distributing expense, right? Then discount received, it's other income, OI. Then electricity charges, where? Administration expense. Bad debts, distributing expense. 12% bank loan, 12% bank loan. Any percent bank loan, bank loans, it goes to the non-current liability, not non-current assets, non-current liability. Then bank loan interest, financial expense. Then cash balance, available money, cash balance, yeah, current assets, right? Then telephone charges, administration. Capital is capital, SOFP. It goes statement of financial position, right? That is the way. Then this is a trial balance. After that, they have provided us additional information, right? Now we move to the additional information. Stock as at 31st December 2018 is 22,000. Year end stock, closing stock. You know, closing stock goes to two places. Where? Think twice. Do you remember? It goes two places to calculate cost of sales and where? In the statement of financial position under current assets. Right? You remember when we do the question, we record there. Then building should be depreciated annually 20% on straight line method. Straight line. Every year we give the same amount of depreciation for the relevant property. This method is called straight line method. How do you calculate the depreciation? Every day, not every day, every year, right? You calculate same amount of percentage on cost. Then you think 100,000 is the cost, 10% is the ratio. This year you calculate 100,000 into 10%, how much? 10,000. When we move to the next year, the same cost and same percentage, the value is changed. No, same value, 100,000 into 10%, that year also 10,000. Next year also 10,000, right? That's why we say straight line method. Accrued electricity charges, you know, payable electricity, all the payable expenses to be added to the relevant expense given in the trial balance. So you have to add this 1,000 rupees to the given electricity. After that, you can write the final value where administration expense, only the accrued payable value you write under the current liability. Now the time is to do the question, right? Now, so you have to draw, they expect what? Profit and loss and statement of financial position. Now you draw. First we draw what? First we draw profit and loss statement, right? Profit and loss statement. Three columns to be maintained, right? To draw. This is the profit and loss statement. We give the name later, right? We can name columns. After that, we have to draw statement of financial position also. You know, on the top we write non-current assets. To record non-current assets, we start 3 columns, but finally we don't expand this column to down. We stop it here. After that, we continue only current asset, no, 2 columns, right? 2 columns. You want to draw the question with me? Don't just watch only. So you have to do question with me, right? Now we can name the columns. We start from profit and loss statement. You know, in the O-level exam marking scheme, they will allow 1 mark, especially 1 mark for the name of the business accounting period and name of the account you have to mention in the profit and loss statement and statement of financial position, both places. Then they will allocate 1 mark, right? So then the name of the business, do you remember? What? Sankar's business, right? Sankar's business. Sankar's business. What is this? Profit and loss statement for the year ended, for the year ended when 31st December 2018, right? Here you write the same business, no, Sankar's business. Business. What is this? Statement of financial position as at, you write long word, statement of financial position, but I use here a short word, as at 31st December 2018, right? This is the way. Then we start from this place, right? Right, we write on the top sales, after that cost of sales, you underline it. Why? We have to do some calculations. Opening stock, plus purchase, then after adding purchase related expense, closing stock. Then gross profit. Right, after that other income, we enter other income, other income. Under the other income, we can write discount received or any other income if we have. So I remember only one income we had. After that, less distributing expense, after that administration expense, we give enough space, administration expense, then financial expense. Yeah, financial expense. This is the last expense category. In this question, we didn't see any other expenses, right? If they have given other expenses, we can have to maintain other expenses column, right? Now we go to the statement of financial position to do the classification. Here we write non-current assets, non-current assets, right? Here cost, accumulated depreciation, net book value, right? Here current assets, right? Do you give enough space? Then current assets, okay. Then capital plus liability, capital plus liability. Before the liability, we have to write net profit, right? Then non-current liability, after that current liability. Right. Actually, my darling students, it's very funny question. Why? This is very interested question, right? You remember in future, after your O-level, after your A-level exam, sometime you have a plan to start your own business. That time you can prepare your financial statements, you can calculate your profit and loss, how much that you earn your own business. It's very interesting, right? So, but if you don't know how to prepare financial statement, how do you know about your profit or loss, right? You can do by yourself, right? So everyone, not only for O-level exam, right? In this lesson will be very helpful to you for your own business, what you are going to do in future, right? So you do with me this question. I think, I believe you are doing this question, you are doing this past paper questions, you are doing with me, right? So you catch my method, my style, how to do this question. You can save your time also in our exam, right? This is very shortest method to do this question properly, and you can save your time in the exam, right? Okay, now we can move to the question, right? You know the method. First we do additional information detail, right? Now you move to the additional information, right? Yeah, this is the trial balance details. After that we can see additional information, right? Additional information, yeah, this is the additional information. Stock, end stock, you know, 22,000, right? It goes two places where it goes to calculate cost of sales. I choose another color to do the adjustments, right? Then you can see very clearly. Yeah, closing stock 22,000. Here you put brackets 22,000 within brackets, right? Where's the other place? Other place is current assets. Here closing stock. Closing stock. How much? Same amount, no? 22,000. Right? You must remember every day closing stock goes to two places to calculate cost of sales in the profit and loss statement. The other place is statement of financial position under the current assets. Now, next one. Building should be depreciated annually. Building should be depreciated annually 20% on straight line method. Straight line methods. Same year we provided the same amount of depreciation. Now you have to find the cost of the relevant property. See, building cost is how much? Building cost is how much? Building cost. Building cost is 350,000. Provision for depreciation 140,000. 350,000, right? See, 350,000 into 20%. 350,000 into 20% is the annual depreciation amount, right? Then how much? 70,000. Do this workings with me. You have to write down this working also, right? When you refer this question again in future, so you can understand how these values came to your question, right? So everyone, not only the question, you must do this calculation. You must write down in your writing papers or in your writing book this calculation. This is very important than the question, right? You know the question how to do, but you don't know how these balances came to your, these values came to your question. Sometimes that time you may confuse. So you must copy down this adjustments also, this workings also, right? Then 70,000. Where we write? This is the annual depreciation. It goes profit and loss statement, right? Remember the question is provided accumulated depreciation 1st of January 2018 up to 1st of January. But no depreciation from 1st of January to 31st December. During this period, depreciations are provided here, given. we already calculated, right? But previous from before 1st of January, the depreciation, the total depreciations 140,000, right? Then how much the accumulated depreciation? 210,000. This one goes to accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation. Now write down this, right? Then we enter these values to the relevant places. 70,000 goes administration expense, 70,000, building depreciation, building depre 70,000, building depre 70,000, building $70,000. Right? After that, this 70,000 and the given depreciation in the question 140,000, total depreciation is called accumulated depreciation. It goes where? It goes to the non-current assets. Non-current assets. Building. $350,000. After that, what? 140,000 plus 70,000 to 10,000. Then answer 140,000 is the balance. That's one also finished. You must remember every year annual depreciation amount, the given percentage which comes under the additional information, that answer you must write in the profit and loss statement. If they have provided accumulated provision for depreciation until first of at the beginning date, that depreciation and the written amount under the profit and loss statement, so you added these two, total you write under the accumulated depreciation column in the non-current assets. I think understood well, right? Now, next one. We have to go to the next adjustment. Accrued electricity charges 1,000. Accrued electricity is payable electricity. You have to pay, right? You know the method. If they have provided us payable electricity or accrued electricity or any other expense to be paid, you have to add this to be paid amount and the given expense amount inside of the question. You have to get the total you write in the profit and loss statement. Then you see how much the electricity given in the question, right? How much the electricity given in the question. Electricity charges 5,000. No? Check it again. Is it 5,000 or not? Yeah, 5,000, right? 5,000 plus that amount. How much? 1,000. This 6,000 where you write? Administration. But this 1,000 you write current liability, right? Administration, electricity, 6,000. Electricity. $6,000, right? Only 1,000 rupees payable portion we write under the current liability here, accrued electricity. Accrued delay. Means electricity, right? 1,000 rupees. Okay. Now we finish all adjustments, right? All adjustment finish, but we have to do the other details given in the trial balance. We have to enter them to the trial balance, right? Now you go to the question. Right, this is the additional information. Now we go to the question. Yeah, you pick the details, right? Build in we have done, provision for depreciation also we have finished, right? Opening stock 30,000, purchase to 20,000, right? Opening stock 30,000, opening stock here 30,000, opening stock 30,000, opening stock 30,000, purchase 220,000. Yeah, right? Now you go to the next, but I use another color, separate color to mention the adjustment. It will be helpful to you to identify separately how I did the adjustments, right? Now, right. Sales 300,000, debtors 40,000. Sales 300,000, debtors 40,000. Sales 300,000, right? Sales 300,000. Creditors or debtors? See it again. I think debtors, yeah, debtors 40,000, right? Debtors 40,000. It comes under the current assets debtors. Debtors 40,000. 40,000. Now you move to the next. Creditors 30,000, discount allowed 2,500. Creditors 30,000, discount allowed 2,500. Creditors 30,000, discount allowed 2,500. It comes under the distributing. Creditors comes under the current liability. 30,000. Right. Then discount allowed finish. No? Discount received 2,000. Electricity we have done. Discount received 2,000. Bad debts 1,500. Bad debts 1,500. Bad debts 1,500. Discount received 2,000. It comes under the other income. Discount received. Discount received only one other income, so we can write this one to the corner because only one, right? So now next one. 12% bank loan 100,000. 12% bank loan 100,000. 12% into 100,000. The value is 12,000. Annual bank loan interest. You must write that answer under the financial expense. Financial expense. 12,000 financial expense. Bank loan interest. Bank loan interest. Bank loan interest. 12,000. Bank loan interest 12,000. But they have paid 10,000 out of this. 10,000 out of this they have paid. So that's why they have given as bank loan interest in the trial balance. So 12,000 is the full amount. 10,000 is the paid amount. Right? Then the other 2,000 comes under the current liability as accrued loan interest. Accrued loan interest. How much? 2,000. Okay. Don't forget to record the bank loan amount 100,000 under the non-current liability category. Right? How much? 100,000. Right, okay. Now, next one. Cash balance 35,000, telephone charges 2,000. Cash balance 35,000. Cash balance 35,000. Telephone charges 2,000. Administration, right? Telephone charges 2,000. Just one more. Capital 124,000. Capital 124,000. Capital 124,000. Here. Now, what you want to do? We entered all the details. Now you start from the profit and loss statement. First you find gross profit, then net profit, then you bring net profit to the statement of financial position. According to the base of the accounting equation, you can solve the statement of financial position. You add current assets and non-current assets. You finish that side. That total assets should be equal to capital and liability side, capital plus net profit plus non-current liabilities and current liabilities. So these total and the assets total should be equal. We'll see now. Right? Now, first you go to the profit and loss statement, right? You get the values clearly, correctly. Okay, 300,000. Here, 220,000 plus 30,000, 250,000. 250,000. Then minus 22,000, right? Minus 22,000. Then 228,000, right? 228,000. Cost of sales 228,000. 300,000 is your sales income. Your sales income 300,000, but the cost is 228,000. Then you can see the gross profit, right? How much? 72,000, right? 72,000 plus discount received 70, how much? 4,000. 74,000, right? Then you can add the expenses. Discount allowed only one. Yeah, discount allowed only one, 2,000. Not the 2,000, 2,500, right? Then you get the total of this 79,500. Check, is it correct or wrong? You also do with me. Here 12,000. Yeah. These are the total expenses. Heading of the distributing expense 2,500. Total of the administration 79,500. Total of the financial 12,000. You add this all, right? These are total expense, right? 0, 0, 0. 5 plus 5, 10, then 0, say 1, then 2, 3, here 4, here 94,000, 94,000, right? Then above you see how much the total income. Here 74,000. Check, is it correct or wrong? Yeah, opening stock 30,000 to 20,000 to 50,000. 250,000 minus, yeah, closing stock 22,000 to 28,000, right? Yes. Correct. Right, okay. Now, why I recheck? Because here net loss like, right? Then here 74,000, here 94,000. Then how much? Net loss, net loss. How much the net loss? 20,000 net loss. Net loss 20,000. Why? Because this is a total expense is 94,000, right? In front of the net profit or net loss, what we write? You remember, net loss carried to capital account. You must write net loss carried to capital account. Carried to capital account, right? How much? 20,000, right? Okay, now you bring this value to the capital area. Here we have written as net profit. It should be net what? Loss. How much? 20,000. Within brackets, why? Because loss. You have to deduct then 104,000. Right? Now we move to the above details, right? Yeah, building 350. 10,000, here 40,000, right? Now you get the total of this 35, 75, 95, 97, right? Yeah, total non-current assets 140. Total current assets 97, right? They get the total of this. 0, 0, 0, right? Then here 7. 237. Right? Now we go to the next down area, 104. Here 30, 3,000. 33,000. Above you can see 104 and 100,000. 204,000. 204,000 plus 237,000. Check both are correct or wrong. Yeah, above also you get the same value, 237,000. Down also you get the same value, 237,000. According to the accounting equation, total assets value should be equal to the capital plus liability, right? Assets, you know, 237 you got. Current assets and non-current assets, right? Theory is this, right? Capital is given, then current liabilities and non-current liabilities. This total is also how much? 237,000. This is the basic of theory of statement of financial position. I think you understood well. Now we can move to the next question. The trial balance of Situmina's trade business as at 31st December 2020. They have provided us trial balance, you know. In the O-level paper also they will give a trial balance and they will provide additional information like the previous question. Then finally they asked to prepare profit and loss statement and statement of financial position. Like the same way what we have followed in the previous question, we can classify each details where it goes in which category, profit and loss statement and statement of financial position, right? So everyone do with me, right? Stock as at 1st of January 2020. It is opening stock. Why? This is here they have given us what? Year end 31st December 2020. Then when they start the accounting period, 1st of January. This opening stock. Opening stock. We write cost of sales, right? To find cost of sales we use COS. Purchases, you know, do you remember? Try to remember whether you remember or not. Opening stock, purchase, you add these two, and purchase related expenses. From this total, you subtract closing stock. There you can see the cost of sales. Then I want to say here, opening stock, purchase and purchase related expenses, and also closing stock we use to prepare to calculate cost of sales, right? Then purchase also we take to calculate cost of sales. Then carriage inwards we have to add to the purchase, so that one also we take to calculate cost of sales. Sales, where you write on the top of the profit and loss statement. Top means on the top of the profit and loss statement. Before we write anything, first we write what? Sales, right? Then debtors, under the current assets, creditors, current liabilities, creditors, current liabilities, investment is an asset, but not tangible assets, intangible assets, right? Intangible non-current assets. Intangible means you can't see, you can't touch, but it's an asset. Yeah, like fixed deposit, where you write between non-current assets and current assets, where in the statement of financial position, right? Investment, non-current assets, but you remember when you write this, don't write under the tangible non-current assets category. It goes after the land, building, vehicles, those are the tangible assets. After finish that, before you start the current assets, between non-current and current. So there you write non-current assets, but it is intangible, right? Then electricity charges, administration. Then cash balance, current assets. Bank balance, also current assets. Cash balance, yeah, but bank balance you can see it goes to the credit side. Can you see? Yeah, cash balance 40,000, bank balance you can see where? Credit side, right? Credit side. Bank balance, why it indicates in the credit side? Actually, it's bank overdraft. Bank overdraft is an asset or liability, current liability, right? It's current liability, right? Discount allowed, distributing expense. Discount received, other income, OI. Then land and building, non-current assets. Then advertisement expenses, distributing. 8% bank loan, non-current liability. Last one is capital. Capital is capital. Capital is capital. Where we write after recording the non-current and current assets, we start the liability side with the capital balance, right? These are the details. Then we move to the additional information. You can see there, remaining stock, it goes to the current assets category and to calculate cost of sales, right? Then 2000 was written off as bad debts from debtors as at 31st December 2020. Bad debts, it goes under the distributing expense in the profit and loss statement. Investment income receivable, it's other income, and receivable, it goes under the current assets, right? It's better to calculate how many administration, how many distributing, how many financial expenses, and number of expenses and number of non-current assets. Can you see non-current assets? 1, 2, only 2, no? Then you give the space 2 or 3 or 4, like close to that number of rows when you draw the statement of financial position. You can see the current assets only, you can see here 1, and cash also 2. Like, you can get an idea how do you draw the profit and loss statement and statement of financial position through analyzing these details, right? Then everyone draw now. You can draw the question. Okay. First you draw profit and loss statement. There are 3 columns to be drawn like this. You feel it's not enough, you can expand it. Same way you can draw what? Statement of financial position. You can draw both at the same time. Then here statement of financial position. Here we start with 3 columns, but in the middle we stop the first column. Why? We need only to enter the non-current assets detail. Then you feel it's not enough, you can expand these columns. Yes, now you go to the name the columns and to write the name of the accounts. Here you can use I use the blue color. Okay, do you remember the name of the business? Name of the business, on the top we write name of the business. You can see here, yeah, Situmina's business, right? Situmina's business. Year ends when? 31st December. Okay, you write here Situmina's business. Situmina's business. Profit and loss statement, P&L, profit and loss statement for the year ended, when? 31st December 2020, right? So here you can write main details. On the top, we write what? Sales. After that, what we write? Cost of sales. Cost of sales. Then you underline opening stock. Opening stock. The same way what we have done the previous question. Purchase. Purchase. Then purchase related expenses is there. It is only carriage inwards. After that, adding this all, we write closing stock. Then you can see the cost of sales. No need to repeat it again. Repeat it because on the top we have written cost of sale. Then finally gross profit. After the gross profit, what we write? Other income. Other income. What are the other income? What are the other income? Do you remember? Discount received was there. Discount received. What else? Investment income. Then you can write what? Distributing expense. Distributing expense. You give space like 4 rows, right? Then administration. Administration. Administration expense. Then financial. Financial expense. Okay. Now we move to the statement of financial position question, right? Same way you write the name of the business, name of the account, and time period. You can earn 1 mark for this, right? You must remember, you can earn 1 marks in your level exam for the writing names properly and name of the account and time period. Generally we say, yeah, there are 2 business concepts, right? Business entity concept and periodic concept, right? Now here we are going to write the name, but Situmina's business, same business, no? Situmina's business, Situmina's business, Situmina's business, right? Statement of financial position, I use a short word, but you have to write long word. Statement of financial position, right? I write only short word, right? Here for the year ended, you must remember this is not year ended as at 31st December 2020. Okay. Then here we write non-current assets, NCA, non-current assets. After that, what? Cost, accumulated depreciation, you know well this, net book value, NBV, net book value. After that, here we can write investment. You remember, we met it before, investment. Then current assets. Current assets, right? Then you give space, current assets. After that, asset side finish. Then we can start what? Capital. Capital. Under the capital we put net profit. Then non-current liabilities. Only one line. Then current liabilities. Current liabilities. Okay. I think you all are ready now to do the question, right? You must draw with me. I told you before, right? Are you ready? Right. Now, I'm going to start the question. I'm going to start the question, right? You know, first we have to go to the additional information. This is the additional information. Remain in stock as at 31st December 2020 is 32,000. Closing stock we write in 2 places, where and where. Where and where, right? Where? Under the current assets we write, the other place is to calculate cost of sales, right? Then write down, right? Under the current assets you write, yeah, here I change the color. it's easy to understand to you, right? Here, closing stock, closing stock, closing stock, right? Closing stock, 32,000 here. Closing stock 32,000 here. Then we write the other one. Other place is to calculate cost of sales here. 32,000 right here. Then here we put in the brackets. Here we put in the brackets. I think you remember now, right? In the previous question also we have recorded closing stock in the two places where under the current assets and to calculate cost of sales. You must remember these points. In your O-level year also they will ask the same adjustments. It is the first adjustment, right? Okay. Now let's go to the next one. 2,000 rupees was written off as bad debts from debtors as at 31st December 2020. Remember, first of all, you should know how much the debtor value in the question. Debtor value. See how much? Debtors. You can see here. Debtors 37,000. Debtors 37,000. Right? Debtors 37,000. Then you see here 37,000. Debtors are given debtors. You can write down these debtors 37,000. But 2,000 out of this, 2,000 rupees out of this is considered as, is written off as bad debts. Why? They confirm they are unable to pay their payments. Then you remove this 2,000 from the relevant debtors. What is this? This is bad debts. You write down this work-in also. You write down this work-in also, right? You must write down these work-ins. Then 35,000. Tell me the real debtor value now how much? Real debtors, right? This one, 35,000. It goes under the current assets. What is this? This is bad debts. Where we write? Bad debts. No need to repeat again. So, here bad debts where we write? Under the distributing expense. Under the distributing expense, you write down this work-ins under the answer, right? Okay. Now you can see the debtor value is how much? 37,000. No? Yeah. Can we check here? Is there any bad debts and those things? Yeah. Bad debts is not given. That only this is the amount of bad debts given in the question. So you can write them in the relevant places, right? You know, bad debts where we write? Under the distributing, right? Under the distributing expense, you write bad debts, right? Bad debts. Bad debts. 2,000 rupees. And you remember your debtor value is how much? How much the debtor value? It becomes now not the 37,000, it becomes 35,000 debtors. Debtors. If you want, you can 37 minus 2, 5,000, 35,000. Now it's correct. I think you understood well. Yeah, understood. Remember, sometimes they may give some bad debts inside of the trial balance. Some bad debts inside of the trial balance. Some bad debts inside of the trial balance. Then how do you do that? Remember, you never subtract the trial balance given bad debts from the debtors. It's already deducted, right? It's already deducted from the debtors. When you deduct that amount from the debtors, your debtor value may be wrong, right? Every time you must deduct, you must subtract the bad debts amount given under the additional information from the debtors, right? But if they have given any other bad debts inside of the trial balance mentioned bad debts and additional information given bad debts, you add these two, and total you can write under the distributing expense, but from the debtors you subtract only the amount that they have given under the additional information, right? Now let's move to the last adjustment. What is the last one? Investment income receivable 5,000. Investment income receivable, right? Receivable. You can check, is there any already received investment income in the question? Check. Investment income, if they have given, we have to add these two. It goes under the gross profit, right? Yeah, investment income. Investment is given, but income is not given here, right? Then what you do? Then you remember investment income, receivable investment income, right? You have to write it under the investment income. How much the value? Do you remember the value? No. We can check it here. 5,000? Oh, okay. Right? Then you can write investment income 5,000. The total amount of income to be received. The to be received income, where you write? Under the current assets. Right? Receivable income. Receivable investment income. How much? 5,000. 5,000. Right, okay. Now all the adjustments finish. Now you move to the question details, right? See, what's the first one? First one, right? Stock we have taken. No, we didn't take. We have taken only the closing stock. No, stock 28,000, purchase 350,000. 28,000. Purchase how much? 350,000. Yeah. Carriage inwards? I don't know. We have to check it, right? Then say how much the carriage inwards? 1,005 sales 480, right? Sales how much? 480,000. 480,000. Carriage inwards how much? Remember 1,005, right? Okay. Now next. Sales we have taken. Okay. Debtors also we have done. Creditors 50. Investment also 50. Right? Right? Investment 50. Creditors also 50. Investment, you write corner 50,000. Creditors how much? Under the current liability we can write creditors. Creditors, the same value. How much? 50,000. Okay, next one. Right, investment we have taken. Electricity 25,000, cash balance 40,000. Electricity 25,000. Electricity 25,000. Electricity 25,000. Cash balance 40,000. 40,000. Yeah, next. Bank balance was given 12,000, but it's current liability. Discount allowed 1200. Discount allowed 1200. Discount allowed. Distributing expense. Discount allowed. Discount allowed 1200, but 12,000 is what? This is not the 12,000. This should be how much? Yeah, it should be 1200, right? 1200, right? This should be 1200. Here, bank overdraft 12,000, current liability. Bank OD 12,000. Next, discount received 2,700, land and building 400,000. Discount received 2,700. Land and building 400,000. It's non-current assets, right? You can write same value to the corner because no depreciation, right? Now, advertising 20,000, bank loan 100,000. Advertising 20,000. Advertising 20,000. Distributing expense. Advertising 20,000. Bank loan 100,000, non-current liability. $100,000, it goes to the corner because only one is there. That's why. If there are more, we can write in the first column and we can get the total to the second column. But there's a problem. What is the problem? The problem is 8% bank loan, 10% bank loan, 15% bank loan, 20% bank loan. When they give this kind of percentage, what you want to do? You calculate the relevant percentage amount into the bank loan amount, right? Then you can see the annual interest is how much. Then 8% into 100,000, 8,000, right? 8,000 is the agreed interest paid to be paid by the business to the bank. It is annual interest. Annual interest, right? This 8,000 you write where they didn't pay even 1 cent here. So, you have to write them in the under the current liabilities also. Accrued loan interest. Loan interest. Interest. How much? 8,000. Not only this is annual expense. It goes to the financial expense category. Why? Because this is annual expense. Loan interest. $8,000. Yeah. That's finished. Then finally we have capital. Capital is given in the question. How much capital? 308,000 capital. 308,000. It's the capital. 308,000, right? 308,000. Then you can get the total 308,000. Then you can find the capital from the profit and loss statement. Then you can bring it here and we can finish the question, right? Now we move to the first where? To the profit and loss statement, right? See here. Yeah. For 80,000. Okay. Now opening stock is there, right? Then here 30, how much? 36,500. Right? Then 28,000. We add these two, how much? 500. 64,500. From this you can subtract closing stock, then you bring it to the third column. Here 500, put in the brackets, 32,500. Is it correct or wrong? No, I want to check it here. Why? You check it again, how much the purchase. It should be 350,000. Not the 35,000. Okay. Then you have to change the value. I use the red color to write, not the 35,000. Yeah, I use the red color for the real values, right? 35,000 or 350,000. Actually, this is 350,000, right? You change it here. Now how much? 350, 1,500. 350, 1,500. Then 351,500 plus 28,000. Then how much? Here you have to write the correct answer. Right? Now you have to erase. Yeah, this is okay, but here it's better to, yeah, like this, like this. Right? Okay. Yeah, then we can find the correct answer. Yeah, here. Yeah, then 351,500. Yeah, then you can add these two. How much? 500, 9, 7, 370, 9,500. From this you can subtract what? 32,000, right? You can find the correct answer here, right? You can find the correct answer here. Okay, now here 500, 9 minus 2, 7, 4, then 3. Yeah, correct. Then within brackets, why? Above you can see the 480,000, right? From the 480,000 you can get the final answer here. This is gross profit. See here 500, here 2, 132,500 is the gross profit, right? Now we move to the expenses now. Yeah, distributing and yeah, those. Now other income. Yeah, there are two other income. Right? First one is, yeah, here how much? 7,700. You can add these two. 0, 0. 140,200, right? Then you can add these two. 23,200. Yeah. Then here only 25,000. Then financial expense only 8,000, I think. Yeah. Only one detail. Yeah. 8,000. Then finally you can get the total here, right? Right? You can get the total of these all. Yeah, 25,000 plus 23,200, how much? 48,200. 48,200. 56,200 is the total. 56,200. Yeah. Put in the brackets. Then you can see 140,200. 140,200. Then answer how much? You can do the calculation somewhere, right? 140,200. 140,200. Then 56,200. See the value. Value means net profit. 0, 0, 0, 4. Here 84,000 is gross profit. You can write it here, 84,000. You must remember here something. What is that? You write here net profit, what? Carry it to capital account. If not, you can use the long word. If not, net profit transferred to the capital account, like that, right? Carry it to capital account, same way, right? You can use the short word here, right? Now you bring this 84,000 to where? To the profit statement of financial position, 84,000, right? 84,000. Then you can add these two because the others are assets area, right? Then here 0, 0, 0. $392,000, right? Then you solve up details, right? Here only one non-current assets, no? Okay. Total loss of the same way, 400,000. See here, no, 400,000. Okay. Then 50,000 is investment. Then you go to the current assets, right? See the total. How much? 0, 0 and 0. Then 11, right? Then finally you can get the total asset side finish, right? Then you get the total. $562,000. Check whether it's correct or wrong. Yeah, that's the same way. Now you go to the up details, right? Okay, 392,000. Okay. Then here you get the total of the current liabilities. Here 50 and 62,000. Then 70,000. Yeah. Then get the total here. How it comes? 392, then 492, right? 492,000 plus 70,000, then the same way 562,000. 562,000, the both sides are equal. Now we have done couple of questions, 2 questions today, right? In this video, I think you can remember now what? How to do the additional informations with profit and loss statement and statement of financial position. Now we have finished 2 O-level past paper questions also, right? You can understand well. If you have a problem, what you want to do, you can rewatch my previous videos. I clearly taught you, I think you remember, one by one all adjustments how we do them. You can rewatch previous video and you can update your knowledge. Okay, then today I'm going to finish this video. We'll meet in the next video.